Okay, so I just got off of that pop-up Zoom with Lachelle, and it was really good. I love her. But it got me inspired. It got me thinking about a lot of things. And I feel like this needs to be said. I feel like this needs to be heard. I don't know. I just felt the need to get on here. So I feel like a lot of people don't take Zoom seriously, and it drives me up a wall because when I first started this, still to this day, like Zooms are a huge part of my business. I take them very serious. I have rarely missed a Zoom, no matter what Zoom it was about, what it was about, who was on it. Like, no matter what, if there was a Zoom available, I was on it because I wanted to learn and I still want to learn everything I can. And I've been in this for 2 years now, and I still learn stuff every single day. So, sorry, I just put my kids to bed, so they're probably going to be yelling because they can hear me. And, you know, anytime there was a Zoom announced, I was on it. And I don't think, as a Double Diamond now, I don't think I'm too good to be on Zooms. I don't think I'm too good to learn something new, because I still pretty much learn something new every single day. Whether it's a new way to follow up, whether it's a new way to post, whether it's a new way to make stories on Instagram, like there's so many things to learn. There's so many things, there's so many new, like the business is constantly evolving and the business is constantly changing. Social media is constantly changing. Your mindset needs to be constantly changing. And it drives me up a wall when somebody I'm speaking about my team specifically, because obviously I don't know about other teams, but when somebody tells me they want to promote and they're not getting on Zooms, you're killing yourself. Like, I think that if you're not taking your business serious enough to get on Zooms and make those a priority, then you don't care enough about your business. Because say you go get a job at Walmart and they tell you that you have a mandatory training next Monday night, and you're like, okay, I'll see if I can go. And then Monday night comes and you're like, I'd rather go out to dinner. And your boss calls you and they're like, where are you at? Like, you're supposed to be at this meeting, this training. And you're like, oh, I was too busy. I was out to eat, or I was too busy watching TV, or something like that. Like, why would you not take Zooms serious and make them a mandatory thing? Like, set it, click it, make it click in your head that this is mandatory. I need to be on this because I want to better my business. I want to better myself. And I want to learn everything that I can. And yeah, you might hear the same thing over and over and over again, but I'll tell you, like, there's a lot of things that are repeated every single time I get on a Zoom. I'm not going to say every single time, but a lot of the times it's the same things repeated over and over and over again. But it takes just one person saying it for the 5th time of me hearing it, and because it was a different person saying it in a different way, it actually clicks in my head, and I'm like, oh, why didn't I think about that before? Like, yeah, I've heard that 1,000 times before, but I never thought about it like that. Duh. So, like I said, I've been in this for 2 years and I'm a Double Diamond, and I still make sure that I'm on every single freaking Zoom. So, yes, exactly. And if for some reason my phone dies when I'm in the middle of watching a Zoom, I immediately go plug it in and try to get back on it. And if I can't get back on it, I am watching the recording. And there's multiple Zooms that speak so loud to me that I will watch them 5 times. Same thing with self-development books. Like the 5-second rule, oh my gosh, that was a game changer for my business last year when I was promoting. And I think without that, I probably wouldn't have promoted. And I don't know if it was before I went Emerald or Diamond, but it really made things click in a different way for me. Like, yeah, you might not want to do something, but if it needs to be done, you get it done. You count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you move, and you get it done. So I know that, you know, there's other things that you might want to do sometimes, but this is a business. And if you want to get paid like it's a business, and you want to get paid a couple $1,000s a month, you need to work it like it's your business. So like I said with the Walmart thing, like, you show up to trainings. If your boss tells you you need to go to a training, you show up. And yeah, everything is optional in this business, that's great, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do certain things because they're optional. And it's not just Zooms, it's a lot of things. And I feel like when a leader tells you to do something, you like think in your mind, and I'm not going to say I've never thought this way, but you think in your mind, this is my business and I can do with it what I want, right? But if a leader's telling you to do something, it's not for their benefit necessarily. Like, yeah, they want to see you do good, but it's for your benefit. And leaders have been there. And like, say you're going Ruby, they went Ruby. They know how to get to Ruby because they got to Ruby. So you should probably take their advice. Now, if they tell you to do some crazy off the wall, I don't know, something crazy, then maybe not. But for the most part, leaders know what they're talking about. So if they suggest something for you to do, so like Zooms, for example, or if they tell you to post a certain way, or maybe they give you some critique on one of your posts that you did post, don't get offended and listen to what they're saying and take it to heart, because they're trying to help you and they want to see you be successful. And us as leaders, like, we've had to fail 1,000 times to figure out what does work, and sometimes we want to make it easier for you to not have to fail as many times as we did, because we know it doesn't work. So, the way you post, if we're telling you, like, you're not getting out enough host to post and you're complaining about not being able to get enough LCs to fill your volume to promote, and we tell you to get out 10 more host to post a day, like, do it. Just do it. Like, it drives me nuts, I guess, when somebody tells me they want to promote and then they're not getting on Zooms, they're not doing host to post because they say it doesn't work for them, they're not sending out messages, they're not adding, like, whatever it is. Like, make sure you're taking it seriously and doing all the things. Like, we have a checklist on the Dreamcatchers page, and if you're not doing every single thing on that checklist, you're not going to promote. And there are things that you're going to have to cut out to promote. Like, every single promotion month, I'm not watching TV. I do not watch anything. The TV might be on in the background because Jared's watching it or the kids are watching it, but I am not watching it. I'm probably not even hearing what's going on because I'm focused on messaging people and posting and getting a host to post and talking to potentials, all the things that I can do to make sure I'm doing everything I can to hit my promotion. I'm not going to say I'm going this promotion and not put the work in for it, because that's just not how I am. If I'm going for something, I'm going to get it done. And I think a lot of you need to kind of think about where your priorities need to be with this business. If you actually want to be successful and you actually want to promote, you need to make these pretty high on your priority list. Obviously, your kids come first, period. But if you're a stay-at-home mom, you miss a Zoom at night because you were hanging out with your kid, you hang out with your kid all day, okay? Like, my kids actually were up during the Zoom. Normally they're in bed at 9, but they were actually up, and I didn't put them in bed till after the Zoom, but I still got on. And they were eating dinner while I was on the Zoom. And they know when it's time for mommy to work, it's time for me to work, and they don't talk to me. Not trying to be mean, but they know that now. I work from home, and I want to work from home. I don't ever want to go to a job again. So that's why I make sure that I'm on all the Zooms. I make sure I'm messaging all the people that I need to message to get the results. I'm making sure that power hours, when your leader takes the time out of their day to host a power hour for you guys, get on the power hour. I tell my team all the time, the only